Hi everyone, welcome back to the Garden Novice. I'm just preparing the end of this bed where the calabrese was. I've still got 2 calabrese to harvest. I want to put my melons in here, so I've just prepared this part of it so I can get one of the melons in, and once these calabrese are out here I'll get the rest in. The same on this side. I've got a couple of cauliflowers just at my feet now. I'll show you them in a minute. Once these are out, I'll get my rest of my cucumbers in there. So let's finish off here and I'll show you around. A tour of the garden. Lovely day today. I put my little trestle bench outside ready to harden my plants off. My strawberries are doing really well. Starting to come into flower. A big weed there. In fact, it's not a weed. I think it's a self-seeded. Can't remember what they call it. My rhododendrons gone over now. The flowers are finished. More strawberries. Comfrey. I really must get that comfrey in the ground. Not sure where to put it. I'll find a place. Those are my dahlias. Put them 3 in pots around here and 3 around home in the ground. My onion bed. Quite a few onions there. Different varieties. Ailsa Craig, an unknown variety we got off the secretary here, Phil. More Ailsa Craig Giant, then my giant onions. Grow some to eat. Bedfordshire Champion onions. And at the end I've got some leeks, multi-zone leeks. My potatoes. The first bucket there looks like it's starting to die back. It's been in about 9 weeks now, so in another 3 weeks I should be harvesting them. The rest of them are looking alright. My broad beans all in flower. Looking forward to the pods on them. I'm keeping an eye out for the black fly coming. I'm hoping the ladybirds follow, chasing after them too. Under this net I've got Brussels sprouts and tender stem broccoli. They're tender stem broccoli at that end, and these 2 rows are Brussels sprouts. They're the Red Bull ones. I never grew them ones before. I had some at Christmas and they were lovely. Looks like at the end there I've got a space, so I'll fill that space with some lettuce I've got. My peas, my famous peas who struggle to germinate. They start to climb up the new frame I made. And the space here, I want this space for me sweet corn, which is ready to go but still a bit cold. That end, this side here is what I need to sort out next. Tidy this mess up. This side's all nice and tidy. Got a few fruit shrubs in the buckets up the corner there. They'll eventually go in this fruit cage. And those are main crop potatoes. Is any through yet? No, there's none through yet, but they're a while. I want to just put them in. 10th of May. So I'm in the middle of clearing this pathway, getting rid of this stone rubble I put down. I've got plenty of flags there. I can put a row of flags down here, get rid of all that rubbish. Then in my raised beds, Got some radish and some lettuce in there. Some corn salad. Beetroot, spring onions in there, and some beetroot to follow on from that little crop. And I've got some more in the tunnel starting to germinate, which will follow on again. These beds, I need to get this mesh off them because they're getting a bit squashed. Then some cabbage. They're doing really well in there. Looks like it's a weed growing into that. Oh no, it's stuck to the fleece. Want some mesh over it really, because I'm only keeping it covered up with this to stop the butterflies. I'll get some mesh on that today. And moving around here, a couple of tubs of early potatoes. I think these are second earlies, these. Cauliflowers, they're doing really well in there. These are cauliflower snowball, they're coming on really nicely. I put too many in that little bed, like I think 6 would be enough. I put 9 in there, but I'll learn from that. And these are my kohlrabi. Those are doing really well. I can't see any bulbs forming just yet on the top, but I got a good crop of kohlrabi last year. Keep the net on them because the caterpillars love them. Last year they were devoured, the leaves, by caterpillars, so trying to reduce the numbers by leaving the net on. I've got some more early potatoes here. These are first earlies. They were sown on the 10th of March, so they'll be due for harvesting in beginning of June, 12 weeks. This bucket is starting to die back as well. This is a bed of overwintering onions. Just to give me an early crop of onions with a mixture of red and white onions in there. This bed, which I've vacated, is for my courgettes. So let's see how they're doing. Yes, they're doing alright. One there and one there. They're yellow courgettes given to me by Ian and Emma from our allotment journey. Let's cover that fleece up because apparently last night in Durham was a bit of frost. Early hours of the morning, so I don't want to lose them. My tunnel is looking splendid from this angle. Got a couple of nice calabrese I can pick there, and I believe that cauliflower on this side is ready for picking, so I'll have a look at that when I go in. Get me rest of me cucumbers in this side, and I've got a couple of melons to go on this side. Right, let's have a wander in to go on the other side. Right. Got a rhubarb. I forget. Rhubarb's gone wild. We'll be giving some of that away, I think. So I'll be going in the compost. Right, in my tunnel. Got a couple of little pots made up with coleus from there for home. These sweet corn, sweet corn, destined for going outside, huge. And they're just in them little deep modules from container wise. But I keep filling this tray with water and a bit of feed, just to keep them going. These are some leeks. I'm going to split these leeks up and put them in the singles at the top end of my garden. Got a bit of asparagus there, grow from seed. Some cucumbers there, they're ready to be potting on into bigger tubs. Some cake gooseberries. French beans. These are fast growing, these are. I sowed these on the 9th of this month. So less than a week ago. And you can see them coming through there. They're cobra, French climbing beans. And there's some more over there. I've got some herbs. I put some courgettes in, but the courgettes haven't really germinated this year, so I'm pleased Ian gave me a couple. Some spare lettuce. I must get this celeriac out. I'll get that out today, I think. Beetroot's germinating. That's to follow on from the 2 lots up there. Some swede. Butternut squash, which that hasn't germinated either yet. Some more Brussels sprouts, Red Bull, which I had to spare, so I'll put the seed in. And squash crown prince, which that hasn't germinated just yet. That was just sown on the 9th though. Marigolds need to go out somewhere. Hanger baskets are looking splendid. Just going to make a distance a bit further away so you can see. Look at them beauties. With peppers, I've put the peppers in 20 litre pots. I put 2 in each pot this year. Last year I put 1 in, but I read on one of the YouTube channels that if you put 2 in a pot, they support each other and stop them flopping over as well. So I had enough to put 2 in each pot. So they're different varieties. They've all taken nicely. And I've got a couple more down here on the floor, which I'll raise up on the bench down there once the leeks are in the ground and the sweet corn's out. Cucumber, that one's got flowers on, that's starting to grow. Cauliflower, look at that beauty. I'll be picking that for dinner maybe tomorrow. There's another cauliflower over there. That's got a decent sized head on as well. Yeah, nice. Got myself stuck. Some tomatoes I've put in 30 litre tubs. So when these cauliflowers are out, I've got another cucumber to go in there. Over here, calabrese. There's that calabrese I showed you earlier. What a beauty. And there's another one at the back of there just starting to come. And another basket. Looking good. Right, these are onto 6 of these. These are my Ailsa giant onions. Now they desperately need potting on, which I'm going to have to do this weekend. I think I need some bigger pots. So peach out, I promise I will put those on into bigger pots probably tomorrow, and I'll do a little video for your challenge. And my tomatoes, these ones are Dr. Tony. I've got these ones from Ali from My Rustic Garden. She sent me some seed. and then they're grown lovely. They've got trusses on. In fact, all my tomatoes have got trusses on. Got a few coleus left there, need to get them somewhere. Another nice basket. My hanger baskets are for home, by the way, so I'll be taking them out. Those are my melons. I need to get them in the ground at the end. More bedding plants for home, geraniums. These tomatoes, the variety is Tigerella. They're growing nicely as well. More bedding plants. My tunnel's going to be bare when all these come out. Get some succession sowing done. Another nice basket. I love my baskets, are proper full. You pay 30 UK pounds for these. I've got 4 of them. So if I went to the garden centre and bought them, £120 worth of baskets. Wow. And these ones here are my Shirley tomatoes. Got nice trusses on them. And marigolds, the full length, as an accompaniment, keep the aphids away from me tomatoes. So that's my tunnel and my plot. I'm going to crack on this morning. I'm going to sow a few all year round cauliflowers, just a succession sowing. I'm going to try and get these leeks split up and get them out in the ground, and get these celeriac out in the ground, and maybe put them 3 tomatoes on. These are mocha cherry. Again, these were from Ali, from My Rustic Garden, the seed. Those are really strong, stubby looking plants. Really strong, nice dark green. So I'm looking forward to seeing the fruits on them. So I'll get cracked on, and then I'll show you what I've been doing once I'm finished. Right then, I've just put in a little block of celeriac. This is celeriac asterisk F1. I've never grown celeriacs before, so that's new to me this year. I like to grow something new each year. So I'll put them in here. I know this is going to be my fruit cage, but I've got no fruit to protect at the minute, so it's a wasted bit of bed, this. And this other bit down here, I'm going to put some leeks in. I've got some spare leeks. I'm going to put them in there. So let's crack on with that. Right, these are musselbrow leeks, if I've said that right. I'm going to put a row in here, that's what I've got left. I've got some more further down the plot, and I've got some other leeks I'll go in this bit, which I'm going to put them in clumps and multi-sown. These I haven't got as many, so I'll do them as singles. So let's get them in. We charge Dowden dibber. That should be enough for that. Drop them in there. The leeks, you just make a hole and drop them in and just water them. Let the soil fill it in. I don't want them too close together, so I can get into weed. I think I'll get another one in here. two left. Just going to randomly put them in. No, I'm not. I'll put them in the next row down here. Right, that's one row in there. I'll keep them as spares. I'll put them in that bit there when I've prepared this ground. Right, next ones. Well, I've decided I'm not going to plant them in clumps. So when I've looked down the plot where the onions are, I've got a couple of rows of clumped leeks. So I thought, well, let's grow some bigger ones. These are giant winters. So I've decided to split them and put them in singles. They split easy enough. So let's get another one split up. Oh. I started these off in the Charles Darwin CD60 modules, and then I transplanted them into 7cm pots, which I've got from Oakland Gardens. The roots are really got a hold. So let's just split these ones up. It's 4 to a clump. So I could clump them, but I think I might get some bigger leeks if I split them up. Just carefully. Very forgiving as leeks. And I'll have probably some spare, which I'll give them to one of my plot neighbours if they want them. Let's squeeze of the pot. A tap. And split these ones up. I'll leave that little one in there with that one, keep it company. 3 and 4, don't mind me do it. Spare in there. Right, let's get these planted up and I'll crack on with the rest of them. Right, so that's me leeks all in. I'll go and get a couple of cans of water, give all this water in, and that's a good sized bed utilised, which the last 2 years has been wasted. Perfect. So I'll go and get me water and then get this watered in. Right, let's get these all watered in and we kind of done with these plants. I've timed it well putting these in because it's going to rain this afternoon, so let's get them watered up. Actually, I'm going to use a spray. It's quite a coarse spray, this one. A bit more water. Take those barrels, this one's full. I have started the next little job before it rains is do a little bit of weeding amongst my onions. I did try with the hoe, but I didn't want to damage the plants, so what I'm doing painstakingly, I've got this my hurry knife and I go in between each onion, lifting them onions out. Look at that, really lovely, good soil this. It's just loosening the weeds up and then just pick them out. Because it's going to rain. If I chop tops off them with a hoe, it's just going to re-root probably, so it's not taking me long to do it. I'll soon get it done and then I'll show you when I've finished. Right, that's all my onions, all weeded. Hand weeded, not with a hoe. I'll get it all out then. Yes, looking really well. So let the rain fall on them and then give them a good water. Also, just a little reminder of the Oakland Gardens allotment competition that's running. We've got till the end of May and the voting will close, so you've still got time to get your votes in. I'll put the link in the description and I'll be chuffed to bits for those who haven't voted already, because you can only have one vote. Click on the link. It asks for your name and your email address. You don't need to subscribe to the newsletter, but I get a lot from Oakland Gardens, so it might be worth having a look at them. Click on the drop down box and you get the list of entrants, and I'll be really pleased if you would pick Spennymoor South View Allotments and give them a vote. We've got till the 31st of May. Thanks very much. Well everyone, thank you for joining me this morning. It was a pleasure having you along. Hope you liked the little video, the little updates I've been doing. If you haven't already done so, I'll be more than grateful if you would subscribe and share the videos and then boost my channel up a little bit. So until next time, bye for now.